Well, here we are, part 3. If you haven't watched part 1 or 2, none of this is going to make sense. I'm going through the absolutely astounding, miraculous words that appeared on my vision art that ended up being Hebrew, and even more so, my story. The same story I've been struggling to find the words to even share. Go watch it. Welcome back. Masa, to be tested, tried, and proven. Trial by fire, baby. Somehow it took me to the root of the word, and it said, derived from metallurgy. Impure ore is collected, heated up, and smelted. Impurities float up, are skimmed off, and cast out. This is vital to understand, too. Pure metal is collected, cooled off, and I had to be cooled off, trust and believe. Pew, pew, pew. Congealed into usable ingots or mixed to produce alloys that are stronger than any individual metal. Trial by fire. Burning the doors. Fighting the 4 fallen angels. Pew, pew, pew. I was tested. I was smelted. I was refined. And I was strengthened. And I came out the other end of that fire so much stronger for Yah. Hang on to your britches because this was significant and it's got a long definition. The hotter the fire, the stronger the person. I faced the 4 fallen angels, the legion, and even Satan himself. The hotter the fire, the purer the metal becomes, and the stronger the weapon and tools become. Hence, the more successful the people will be. This is my favorite. A rallying banner or flag, an item to which a liquefied army, riled up soldiers, and disarray of battle can congeal back into formation. I'm just going to read you my notes as I wrote this because it blew my mind. I said, oh my gosh, I had to burn my 3 doors after my all-night battle, and it was an all-night battle that destroyed all 3 doors to be able to liquefy my riled up and disarrayed soldiers and congeal them back into formation after the enemy's attack. If you saw that, I was live that night. You could see demons manifesting. You could see my little soldiers manifesting. It all came alive. But I had to put them all through the fire and gather my disarrayed soldiers, pew, pew, pew the enemy, and congeal them back into formation. To try or to put to the test, to subject something or someone to activities that demonstrate its or their qualities, their range of abilities, a melting, to melt, to burn. It had anointing oil on my doors. It was my army. The next word is harut, freedom. Rabbinic term linked to biblical words for ministers representing the opposite of powerlessness or slavery, and it's celebrated during Passover. People with power. There's Passover again. The next word is she, gift or present. The next word was finally when I recognized Hanukkah, dedication festival of lights. The menorah. 1 candle used to light the others. 8 candles. This is so important. And ironically, this was the day that I shared my video when I went to the lower realms and I recorded it with my breath. The room lit up because I was breathing the ether, the breath of Yah. The light, which is the word of Yah. The next word is saleh, I think. Unknown actual meaning yet in the Bible 74 times. Some think instruction to pause and reflect, or indicating the pause of music or change in musical style. The bells. Guys, if you were on my journey, you know that I was really questioning the bells. I knew that when I was in spiritual attack, and even my followers could see, because the veil doesn't exist around me. When it was bad, it was scary, it was ucky, everyone saw, but when I sang, everything went back to good, beautiful, and light. But you can only sing for about 4 days before losing your voice, and that's when I realized bells. Bells also do the same. But I had to change it because I realized lower frequency bells, demons love that. So a pause or a change in musical style. That's exactly what part of my story that means. To lift up, exalt forever. The next word is rasam, to record or to note. Doctor or physical. Now this is weird because when I went down into the lower realm breathing the light of breath of Yah, I had what I could only assume was a fracture in my ankle, but when I came back up, it was completely healed. We also healed my beautiful friend Robin, who we flew out here, who had stage 4 bladder cancer, and we did this with her, and she has no cancer now at all. None. All through the breath of Yah. My child, you've had the power all along. Just like me being able to do this now when I have no trap and no 2 inches of motor nerve. I only had about 70% function on my left arm. Oh, maybe 60. I was never able to do that, or was never going to be able to do that again in my life. And just like my beautiful friend's cancer that is now gone, I have full function of my left wing. Full. All through the breath of Yah. This is one of the most beautiful, profound parts of my journey. My child, you've had the power all along. The next word is salach, to forgive, to pardon, to spare. God's ability to forgive sin. Now, this is part of my journey I don't think the world is ready for, and we're not going to jump right into this now. But it's huge. It's massive. I promise we'll get there, but not quite yet. The next word is nesham, soul, breath, divine spark, or essence within a person. Did you catch that? Soul, breath. How did Yah create man? How did he give us life? Through his breath into man's nostrils. The breath of Yah, the ether, the light, our soul. The next word is Abba. We know that one. That's my father and yours. And the next word is Liam. Determined guardian, my people, helmet, strong-willed warrior. This is when I discovered a part of me, a beautiful warrior who is always victorious in battle. One of me in one of the realms that is always armored up. You'll see her when I share the whole door. The next word is Darash. To inquire, search, seek, or investigate carefully. Searching for something with care and attention, seeking answers and inquiring of Yah. I sought him continuously. I was vigorously trying to decipher and figure all of the wonderful things he had taught me, trying to figure it out. There wasn't a second day. No, there isn't a second in my day that I'm not doing this. In fact, there isn't a second of my day I'm not with my Father. And the next word after this is yea, and that means you. Sounds like he's saying I did. I sought him continuously. The next word freaked me out, Yetzer, because it meant somebody who does bad things. And I was like, but wait, what? But I had already filled in all of the words. I was just deciphering them at this point. And that's when I saw Yetzer Hatov, which was the next word after it. I recognized, I was like, that's weird. What are the odds of that? But phew, because Yetzer Hatov means inclination towards good and righteousness. Good inclinations, someone who strives for good. Phew, that freaked me out when I only saw Yetzer first. But how beautiful that on my door it would say Yetzer Hatov. Something I don't know what that meant, but it was a big difference in between the two. That alone is just cool, I think, in itself. So God is saying somebody with inclinations of good and righteousness, somebody who's always trying to strive for good. The next word is teruah. Shout, blast, alarm, signal, blow the trumpet. Now, if you followed me for any amount of time, you know that this was huge for me. Blow the trumpet. Give the blast. Blow the trumpet. The next word is ruah, which is my favorite. Breath, wind, spirit, air, associated with Yah's life-giving spirit, the breath of Yah. Ruah is code for the term force that liberates, heals, remakes, transforms, and also a reminder of Yah's presence in this world. It's a paradoxical exclusion, uncontrollable and free like the wind. It blows where it chooses. A wind from Yah that swept over the waters. Oh, FYI, in the Bible, waters doesn't mean waters. It means people. The spirit of the Lord that gripped David. The spirit that Yah placed on his chosen servant. Resemblance of breath, a sensible or violent exhalation, which is so incredible. If you watch my video where the room lights up with every one of my exhales, I gather all of the pain from my past. I gather everything. It's a long process to explain. I hold it, and then I let out a primal scream. A violent exhalation. And in that video, you can clearly see when I do this, when I scream and let it all out and burn it up and replace it with the light, the entire room lit up and stayed lit up with the breath of Yah. One of my favorite parts of my journey. The region of the sky, the ether, the resemblance of a spirit. Meditated focus, fasting, air, blast, breath, mind, spirit, wind, of the heavens. Breaths that move quickly in animation or agitation, like a woman travailing in birth. The prophetic spirit is upon you as a gift presented by Yah, Yah's spirit. An inspiring, ecstatic state of prophecy, as impelling prophet to utter instructions or warning, imparting warlike energy and executive administrative power, as endowing, giving one various gifts, as inner God, of life, never referred to as a depersonalized force, as manifest in Shekinah glory knowledge. See you in part 4. Oh, you're not going to want to miss this.